Trying to pick the right business intelligence tool these days, it can feel pretty overwhelming. The market is just packed with options, and every single one of them promises to turn your data into gold. One of the long-standing heavyweights in this arena is, of course, IBM Cognos Analytics. But in a world kind of dominated by newer, flashier competitors, is it still the right tool for the job? Well, let's put it to the test and see if this veteran still has what it takes.
At the end of the day, this whole conversation boils down to one simple, universal challenge for any business. You have to be fast. You have to be agile. You can't wait around for quarterly reports anymore to make smart decisions. You need everyone on the same page, with access to company data, metrics, and info, like right now. This is the core problem every single BI tool is trying to solve.
All right, so where does IBM Cognos fit into this picture? It's a real veteran player, one that's evolved from a traditional reporting tool into a full-blown analytics platform. So let's start with the basics. What does IBM say it is? So, on paper, this is the mission statement. And the key word to latch onto here is centralized. The whole goal is to create one single source of truth for your business, a hub that combines all your dashboard reporting with a ton of customization, and it connects to pretty much all your data sources, from databases to social media. And here it is. This is what that promise actually looks like in practice. This is the command center. Just imagine being a manager and seeing your entire business, quantity sold, revenue, unit costs, all laid out in one clean, bird's eye view. This is that powerful end product Cognos is aiming to deliver. So what's the official sales pitch from IBM? What are the core benefits they say you're going to get if you choose Cognos? Well, they break it down into 5 key areas. And the pitch really tells a story. It starts with using your data to find those hidden patterns you didn't know were there. Then you take those insights and plug them into these powerful what-if tools to kind of see into the future. This is what helps you transform from being reactive to proactive, letting you spot risks early. And to make it all happen, you get the hands-on tools, easy custom dashboards, and drag-and-drop reports. It's a really compelling package, for sure. But okay, the marketing pitch is one thing. The reality on the ground? That can be a whole other story. When you start looking at what users are actually saying, a much more interesting picture starts to form, especially when Cognos goes head-to-head with its biggest rival, Microsoft Power BI. This quote from a user on Reddit it perfectly frames the central conflict. For so many companies, it comes down to this classic dilemma, cost versus capability. Management sees this big line item for Cognos, and they start asking, hey, can't we do the same thing for cheaper with something else? And when you dig into what people in the trenches are saying, a fascinating split emerges. The crucial point they all make is this: Cognos and Power BI are great at completely different things. Cognos' superpower is traditional paginated reporting. We're talking complex multi-page PDFs, or those pixel-perfect Excel files. Power BI's strength, it's all about those interactive online visualizations. Users will tell you Power BI has a more modern feel and it's cheaper, while Cognos has way better enterprise-grade security and these really deep drill-down capabilities. And honestly, one user put the market shift more bluntly than any analyst ever could. They just said, Power BI ate the other vendor's lunch. And that perfectly captures the intense pressure that came from Power BI's aggressive pricing and super fast feature updates, which just completely changed the game for established players like Cognos. Okay, so with that competitive landscape in mind, let's take a quick visual tour. Let's look at some specific Cognos features. This should make the strengths we've been talking about much more concrete. Now, this is a fantastic example of where Cognos just shines in traditional reporting. Imagine you're a financial analyst staring at this huge table of numbers. With conditional formatting, you can set rules to instantly color code the data, like, hey, make any value over this threshold turn bright red. For those really detailed reports, it means you can spot critical issues in seconds, not hours. It's a huge deal. And things get even more analytical here. Instead of just looking at one number, Cognos lets you visually compare 2 related things, like unit price versus unit sales price. All of a sudden, you're not just looking at sales anymore. You're analyzing profit margins and pricing strategy for every single product, all in one simple chart. That's a really powerful shift in perspective. And this is where Cognos goes from being a reporter to being a fortune teller. Its built-in forecasting tools take all your past data and project future trends. See that shaded area? That's the confidence interval. So it's not just giving you one wild guess, it's giving you a probable range, which is absolutely critical for realistic planning.
This is the leap from reporting what happened to intelligently predicting what could happen next.
And this slide really shows the sheer range of the platform. I mean, on the one hand, it does the everyday stuff perfectly, like this standard expense chart on the left. But on the other hand, it can create something as complex and as custom as this incredible data visualization of the UK Parliament. This just proves that Cognos is built to handle both the daily boardroom stuff and those highly specialized, unique data challenges.
So, after looking at the promises, the user feedback, and the features, what's the verdict? Where does Cognos truly shine in today's BI landscape?
So after weighing the promises against the reality, a really clear picture emerges. Cognos isn't for everyone, but it has a powerful and very specific sweet spot. If your organization lives and breathes on complex, multi-page, pixel-perfect reports that are destined for PDF or Excel, Cognos is still an absolutely top-tier tool. If enterprise-level security, governance, and the ability to send reports out to hundreds of users are non-negotiable, well, it's built for that. And if you need deep, hierarchical drill down on really complex data, it remains incredibly powerful. And that brings us to our final thought. The battle between Cognos and Power BI isn't really about which tool's universally better. It's about which tool is better for a specific job. So the real question to ask isn't what's the most popular tool on the market. It's what does your team, your culture, and your specific needs actually require to succeed? The answer to that question will tell you if a seasoned veteran like Cognos is still the right tool for your job.